Hey everybody. So I am with Asia and Haley, and we are going to be talking about customer retention, how to take care of your customers once you get them signed. So congratulations on enrolling a customer. Now what do you do? And that's what we are going to talk about. Great customer service is just so important. You are the face of the company. So you kind of are the person that they base their experience off of. If they're going to love the products, if they're going to love the company, if they're going to tell their friends about it, like you are the middleman. Sometimes when things like go wrong or like things are being delayed, like you can offer like samples yourself to like help keep your customers happy. So there's just different things that we can do, different things that we can say to keep them ordering past the initial 3 months, because 3 months isn't it. You don't want your people just to sign up, order for 3 months, and then call it quits, because what that does for you in your promotions and like just trying to rank up, you have to keep replacing that volume every month because your orders are just falling off. But if you can keep those people ordering longer than the 3 months, there are perks to help them. There are things that you can say, things that you can be doing. Just at the end of the day, like the first part of what we do in having good customer service, in my opinion, is when you're having that conversation with them and somebody comes to me and they're like, okay, I want your wraps. Can you tell me more about them? I'm like, I would love to tell you about our wraps, but I need to know what your goals are first. I want to make sure that the wraps are what you need to accomplish your goals. So like first part of the customer service for me, you guys, is just, I'm the rep. My job is to make sure you get paired with the perfect product. And just kind of making sure it's helping them achieve their goals. So right now I am going to let Haley and Asia introduce themselves before we get into these questions. Please, take some notes, get out, pause this, get paper, get some pencils. And Asia, I want you to just tell me your name, how long you've been with the company, your rank, and like where you're from or little bits there. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah.
So I'm Asia Stone. I am from a super small town in Connecticut. I've been with the company for almost, May will be 4 years. 4 years will be in May. I'm a double diamond, soon to be triple. And yeah, I've been in business for almost 4 years. So like what Caitlin was just saying, I just want to like touch on that really quick before I have the ADD and forget. But it's so important to make sure that you know what your customers' goals are before you make product recommendations. And that's why we are so adamant about like sending screenshots to us, because you don't know how many times that I've talked to someone and they've been like, oh, like I tried the products and they didn't work for me. And I'll be like, oh, well, like what product did you try? And the wrap is like a perfect one. They'll be like, oh, well, I used the wraps and they didn't work for me. And I'll say, okay, well, like what were you trying to achieve? What were your goals? And they'd be like, oh, I was trying to lose weight. And then I have to explain to them, unfortunately, like, you were recommended not the right product for what your goals are right now. And then kind of try to get them to maybe try something that would, work for them for what they're trying to do. But it's so important. And we don't expect everyone to know what all the products do right off the bat. So that's why, like, if you're brand new and, you just enrolled your first couple loyal customers, awesome. Like, congrats. That's so awesome. But just make sure that you keep sending screenshots to your upline, and they can help walk you through those conversations, make sure that you're having, good conversations with people, that you're making the correct product recommendations based on what their specific goals are and their lifestyle too. So it's really important.
Yeah, this isn't just about us getting sales, you guys. This is about helping other people and helping other people make an income, helping other people reach their goals. And so literally just making sure that these people are happy. I don't want your money. Like, I want you to be happy. I want to help you reach your goals. And if like the wrap ain't it, and it sucks. That was a perfect example. I've had so many people like, oh, I tried that, it didn't work for me. And I'm like, I don't say, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, what did you try? Do you have your result photos? What were you trying to accomplish? How long did you do it? How did you take it? I'm like, I'm sorry, but unfortunately you weren't educated properly. And that's what sucks. And so I want to make sure that we train everybody to be properly educated, to make sure that they're taking the right steps. And that's just kind of what this is all about. Asia, real quick, on average, how long do your people keep ordering? Even if it's not like consecutive, like if somebody's completed their initial 3 months, how many people like continue to order or place separate orders?
Most of my customers go at least 6 months. And like when we get further into this, I can like go over why that happens. But also I'm always posting about the products that I'm using. So I'll have customers that are, maybe they turned off their auto ships, but they're still customers. And I always make sure that I'm friends with my loyal customers on Facebook and Instagram. So they're seeing all of my posts. And I use the products and have results from the products. And I talk about them and I post about it in my story and stuff. So I'll have people messaging me, if something new comes out or if they see me using something that they didn't know that we had, and say, oh, like, can you tell me about this? Like, I want to try that. And, like when the TFX came out, that was like huge. I had so many customers that were, turned off their auto ships. They were like, oh, I need that, so then they went in and got their order in. So I'm still waiting on mine from January. I'm not salty or anything.
For me. So I'm right. We got the shaft on that, but that's okay. All right, Haley, your turn. All right, I muted you. You're good.
Hi, I am Haley Price. I'm 25 years old. I'm from East Tennessee, and I joined 2 months after Asia. So it's been about 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in July. And what else did you want me to go ahead and say?
That's your double diamond. So what's crazy is I'll be 4 years in October. So we're all
pretty close.
Year. We're all double diamonds. And we are going triple diamond. So this is actually really cool. I didn't realize that when we set this up. Basically, just how long do people continue to order on average for you?
So I would say on average, it's probably like 6 months to a year, but I have people who are still ordering from like 2015, 2016. So they've been ordering 3 years, but on average, probably like 6 months to a year. And like she said, usually people, even if they do turn off their auto ship, they come back later on or they upgrade to a distributor or something like that. So I'm always staying in touch with those people, especially when we have new products and things like that.
Perfect. Okay, you guys, we're going to go over basically our organization system. I know Asia's got a lot for us on her little thing that she keeps. I remember. I don't even know what it was from, but I remember you telling us about it. We all organize things different ways, and I know that there's one thing that I want to learn more about, probably from you guys, on how I can keep in contact with people who order after 3 months. Because after they complete their initial 3 months, even if they keep ordering, I kind of like fall off with them. I just don't have a really good system for it yet. So I'm excited to learn something from this Zoom. So like I said, the first part of great customer service is just making sure they get paired with the appropriate products. I've had several people who just said, I tried it, it didn't work. And then, we figure out what the problem was. And then they re-sign up with me. And then I get them on the products and then they fall in love. Or even if it's the wraps and it is what they wanted, they didn't do it correctly, or what I mean? Like, so they just weren't educated. They weren't paired up correctly. So, but like once your customers are signed, you guys, what do you do with them? What do we do? So I actually keep a calendar and I have my steps to success. I used to print everything out. I actually have it on my iPad now, which is super fantastic. But I print a new steps to success sheet every month. And as soon as I sign somebody in the loyal customer spot, I put the date they signed and their name. And then I have a separate calendar where it's like, okay, if today is March 11th, I know that their second and third order is going to run April 11th and then May 11th. So I will write in April 11th her name, and I write 2AS, so second auto shipment. And then I do for the third. So what I do is every Sunday, I look at this calendar and I see who has an upcoming order for the month. And I reach out to everybody and I say, hey, like, just so you know, your next order is running this week. How are things going? That sort of thing. And so I keep them in that calendar so I can know when their orders are coming up. I know the company sends like emails that says, hey, your order's coming up, but it's like I connected them with the product. So even though the company is sending this email, you guys should be reaching out to them too. And so my first point of contact, well, let me get to that. Sorry. After I sign people too, I get them to download the Live Fit app, whatever. So they can start spending to win coins and looking at the other products and stuff too. So I send them that. I get them in my steps to success. I put them in my calendar to track their second and third order, so I don't forget about reaching out to them. And they automatically go into our Connect app, which is really cool. So their contact info is in Connect, and it's under Loyal Customer, which is a group that's already created. So it's actually really easy to mass message people individually when we have certain things come up, and I'm going to talk about that later. So Asia, can you tell us kind of what you do after you sign somebody? What do you write down? Where do you write them down? How do you keep them, how do you just keep track of them, basically?
Okay, so it kind of starts with what I say to them after they've ordered. So I have a script that I send out. So whenever I send the steps to someone, I send them the steps to enroll, and then at the end of it, it says, send me a screenshot of your confirmation and I'll make sure that I flag your account for some free product credit, which is huge. So I'll read you, hold on, let me just pull up some of the steps that I have written out here. Go through my handy dandy notes. So at the end I say, I send them the steps and I say, then just fill out your info. Let me know if you have any problems or questions. Send me a screenshot of your confirmation when you are done, and I'll make sure your account is flagged for some extra product credits too. Because they don't necessarily know about the perk point thing. And I think a lot of distributors don't know about the perk point thing either, which is why I'm so glad that we're doing this, because this is huge for me. This is how I keep people ordering. So they will send me that. Sugar plums.
Sorry if you can hear my child crying.
That's okay. Okay, so they'll send me their screenshot and I say, oh my God, yay. Let me know as soon as you receive it. As a loyal customer, you have so many perks. One of the biggest ones being that you receive 10% back of every dollar you spend in perk points. That's free money you can apply toward a purchase. If you continue ordering for 6 months, you receive an extra $50. For 12 months, an extra $150. I can't wait for you to try your products and just let me know what questions you have. So I'm automatically telling them and it's in caps lock, as soon as you get your order, message me and let me know, because I'm going to tell you how to use your products, whether it's, the keto coffee, or I pretty much only sell keto coffee and chocolate greens, or skincare, but it's mostly keto coffee and chocolate greens because I have my personal results from that. So I just can sell the heck out of it. So pretty much then, when they message me, I just send them some voice memos and let them know the 2 different ways that I make my coffee. Mm-hmm. Boom. So that's what I do right when they're signed up. Oop, we're freezing. Is that me? Oh my God.
Yes.
Am I frozen? Am I unfrozen?
You're good now.
I'm good. Okay. So then the next thing that I do is I always have my steps to success printed out. This is so important, guys. I didn't start filling out my steps to success until I started having it in front of me every month. So keep track of your loyal customers and who you're signing up. I have so many people that I know that literally they don't even know who they signed up as customers because they just don't write it down. And that to me is it makes me cringe.
I use it to compare my months. I keep that and I file it and I can look back.
I have a binder that goes back to 2015.
Yeah, and it's cool because I put my distributors on there too, and so I can look back and see who I signed when and how many, and I can keep track of that. And it's just one sheet of paper, so it's super important, right?
Yeah, it's so good. I don't know how much further you want me to go into detail right now. You want me to keep going?
Is that all you do once you sign them up? You send them
as soon as I sign them up, that's all I do. So I send them that message, and then I get them written down on my steps to success.
Okay, perfect. We'll leave it there. And then Haley, can you tell us what you do?
Yes. Okay. So I literally just have a notebook. So it's just your average Joe piece of paper. And I just write the month at the top. And then I have my loyal customers here and my distributors here. And I just list all of their names. I used to use the Steps to Success, but I always get 30 customers a month, and it makes me OCD that it's there's not enough lines on the normal Steps to Success. So I just use my piece of paper. So I write down every single person that I sign up, and then I'll show you my little thing. So on the first of the new month, I go back to the month that we just ended, and I keep my customers organized in this little box. This is just what I've always done, so I've just stuck with it. So I literally got this little index card file box and these little dividers at Walmart and just index cards. So I wrote Like there's one of these for every day of the month. So they're just numbered. And so on the first of every month, I go through my list and I make a card for everybody. And like, I think it just depends what system works for you. But for me, I put the card behind the date that is 10 days before their auto ship runs. So for example, if their auto ship runs on the 25th, they're behind the 15th in my little box. So then every single day, I have like a checklist of things that just like housekeeping things that I do for my business every single day. So that's on there to check with my customers. So if it's the first of the month, I just take out the note cards behind number 1. And those are the people who their auto ships run on the 11th. So do you want me to go into like what I say to them, or is that later?
That's a little bit later, like when
Okay.
you contact them and stuff.
So that's how it's organized then, I guess that's as far as we're going right now. So they're just all in here, and there's like a million now, but that's how I keep it organized, and it works super, super well for me.
Yeah. Okay. It's making me want to do one, actually. I'm really interested to see, because I'm a very organized person, and I know one thing I do lack on, like I do have my system and it works, but like I want to be able to. So do you like never take them out? Do you like always leave them there?
So when they turn off their auto ship, I move them to another box, which now we have the Connect app. Like I used to use that box to go back when we had deals and follow up with people. But now, honestly, I don't even really go back and use that because I just do it all through the Connect app since they're all loaded in there automatically. But the people who are in here are people who like currently have their auto ship on.
What do you write on your cards?
Oh, yeah, I meant to show that. I literally just put their name and the date that their auto ship runs. I used to put like what product they got, but then I realized it was kind of pointless. Like I usually just go to my computer and like look up what they got as I'm going. So I used to write all that down, but there was really no need to. So now I just put their name and the dates.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is like, at what points throughout the time that they're ordering do you contact them, and what are you saying? And so for me, like I told you, well, as soon as they order, I tell them to send me the screenshot as well. And then I let them know that I'm super excited for them and to let me know when the products come ASAP so I could walk them through how to use them. So like Asia said, like, hey, like this is, you just need to message me. So I know they're going to message me as soon as their products come in. So I don't have to worry about like remembering to check in with them. They usually always message me because I say, I want you to get like maximum results. So like, please message me. So if it's the wraps, I have a wrap video. If it's how to mix my skinny coffee, like I let them know what I'm doing with that. So that's like one of my first point of contacts, and that's for them to come to me. And then, the next one is, like I said, the Sunday before when I'm using the calendar, I just kind of reach out to them and remind them that their next order is running on, maybe Thursday, and seeing how things are going and letting them know, like, if they're not happy with what's happening, we can adjust what they're ordering before they order. So it's like, okay, or you can add. So the sucky thing is sometimes they bump it down to a lower BV, but other times they might add a product. But at the end of the day, I just want my customers to be happy with the results that they're getting. If they don't feel like something's working for them and I know that they're taking it correctly, that they've been doing it every day, that they have their pictures, then maybe there's something else that's going on or something else that might be better for them. And so we can adjust accordingly. So they're not paying for products that they're hating or forgetting to like change their order, before it runs, because I know they do get that email from corporate. But I just want to be that person that I connected them with the products. And so it's just kind of my responsibility to make sure that they continue to be happy with it. So that it's literally what I do. It's just like same thing for their second and for their third order. The next part we're going to talk about is like what we say once they complete their 3 months. So I'm not going to go there, but like those are my points of contact. They reach out to me after their products come in, and then I check with them the Sunday before their next order runs. Unless we have a deal or something going on, then I'll reach out then. But Asia, can you tell me what you do? How many times do you contact them while they're ordering in their first 3 months? And like, what are you saying to them?
Okay, so I legit have the same exact filing system that Haley does. I do the same exact thing. But what I do is, so like, it's no secret, like, I like place my customers or whatever. So what I write on their card is I just pulled this one out. It's like old as sin. Okay. So I write their ID number, the distributor that I placed them under, and the product they ordered, and then like the date that they enrolled. So I fill these all out on the first of the month. So what I do is I'll go through my steps to success on the first of the month. I'll make all of these, and while I'm making them, because I'm pulling up their info in eSuite, I put their phone number in my phone, and I save it as Elsie and then whatever their name is. So now their number's in my phone. So when I pull these out, I can just go right in and text them. I don't have to go into eSuite for anything. I know what product they got last month. I know like where they're placed, whatever. I have all their information right here, and their phone numbers in my phone already. And another thing that I do, and I think this is just like important to just touch on real quick before I like hop into that stuff. Guys, dollar bin at Target. Okay. So I go get for $1, you get 10 cards. They're super cute. They always have different ones, like by the season. Like I have these cute little ones right now, and they just open up this way and they tuck in like a little envelope. And I write a little handwritten note to every single one of my personally enrolled customers. And I thank them for supporting my business and tell them how much it means to me and my family. And I send them some samples. So, and now we have so much stuff you can send samples of. So, Keto Energy, Greens on the Go, the Wow. So like depending on what they ordered, like if they ordered keto coffee and greens from me, I'm not going to send them more samples of greens. I'll send them some Keto Energy, or I'll send them a packet of collagen. If they ordered skincare stuff from me, I'll send them some Wow cream. Like, you know, just depending on like what they ordered and what I know their goals are. We have so much stuff we can sample out now. So I always send them samples. You can get packets of like 50 cards at Hobby Lobby too, when they're like 50% off or with your 40% coupon for like $2. You can get a huge box. Throw 2 stamps on it and throw it in the mail, and it goes such a long way. I will not even tell you like how many people reach out to me when they get my card, because some of them will like get my card before they even got their package, and they'll be like, thank you so much, like that was so sweet. And just that little gesture goes a long way, because it makes them feel special, you know? And who doesn't like getting snail mail? I mean, I get bills in the mail, and I get like people trying to like get me to open up credit cards or like hire them to mow my lawn, you know, like random crap that I don't need. So when you get like a letter in the mail, like that's exciting. When I get like a birthday card in the mail from someone, I'm like, oh my God, my grandma sent me a card, you know, because you never get that stuff. So it goes a really long way, and people really appreciate it. So I always do that, and I just highly recommend to do that. I mean, when you run your auto ship, put in, you know, a bag of greens, a thing of greens on the go, get some Keto Energy, get stuff that you can sample out to people, because someone's going to try something and they're going to be like, oh my God, I love that. I need that, you know, and then they're going to start ordering it.
Yes.
Right.
I don't know why I didn't like do that.
It's so huge. You know, and then sometimes if someone places like a really big order with me, you know, if someone places like a order over like 100 BV, I'll send them a bigger package with like samples of a few different things in them, just so they can like try some different stuff, because clearly like they're willing to spend the money and invest in their health. So let them try some other things and see what else that we have to offer. You know, it's so huge, and you know, it really goes a long way. So what was the question again? I told you I was going to do this.
Okay. The points of contact. So how often are you contacting them throughout their first initial 3 months? And like, what are you saying to them? Like, what is the time?
Usually they will usually normally like 80% of the time, I would say, they message me when they get their order in. And I kind of am like, you know, tell them how to use their product or whatever. Otherwise, I do the same thing. I have them filed 10 days before their next auto ship goes out, because that gives me enough time to contact them, see if they need to push their date back this month. You know, maybe like they're not going to have the money in their account that day. I try to avoid credit card declines at all costs. So, which is huge. You know, maybe their auto ship's scheduled to run on a Wednesday, and they're not going to have the money in their account till Friday when they get paid. 1, I don't want to screw up someone's account, and 2, like, you know, just avoid the whole thing. So do you know, or like your order's going to run out. So I'll message them, hey, it's Asia from It Works. I just wanted to touch base with you, like how much are you like loving your keto coffee and greens? Have you been drinking it every day, and like kind of get the conversation going. See what they say. And then I just remind them like, okay, like I just wanted to remind you that your next order is going to ship on, this day. Did you want to make any changes? Like, did you want to go ahead and add that second bag of coffee this month? Are you drinking it every day? Like that's a big thing because a lot of people, they just want to start off with one bag of coffee. So I mean, not with the Mocha Dream. I've been able to like, push that through like $10 more. Yeah, I'll be like, do you want to add on that second bag of coffee this month? Whatever it is. And then just like remind them like what day that it's going to be shipping and ask like, do you need to make any changes? And then kind of just like go from there. And I do that. So I reach out like, and then I know that they're going to get 2 emails before their order goes out. So now they've had 3 reminders. Mm-hmm. They've had a reminder from me and then 2 reminders from corporate. So I just do that and I just continuously do that. So, and then like we can talk about like what I say after when it's about to be their 4th order, after.
So I know that there are some people who just don't check their emails even. And so making sure that you reach out to them and say, hey, like, this is just kind of like, I'm just following up, making sure things are good, because they will get an email. Maybe sometimes they won't randomly. We have, glitches in our system all the time. You don't know. But I've had people tell me, oh, like, because there'll be like a time I forget to remind somebody because that's happened. And they'll be like, oh, my order ran and like, I didn't know. And I meant to change it before. And I was like, well, you should have gotten an email because I always had that in my back pocket. I'm like, well, I know you got an email at least from corporate. And they're like, I don't check my email. And I'm like, okay. Well, so I know that happens. Now I do have a question for you though. So you say, now Connect will put their numbers in our phone now. So I don't have to do that secondary step. So most of my people, everybody really comes from Facebook and Instagram. And I just keep the conversation where we initially talked, but I'm wondering if reaching out to them after they order, you have better success texting them directly for the follow-up. And do you feel like
I think like with that? How I feel about it is like, okay, like, so I've already sent them like a handwritten note.
Yes.
We've touched base when they got their products in. And I feel like when you text someone, it's more personal than like messaging them on Facebook. So like, I want to become friends with my customers. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of them, have followed my journey. So, they know what's going on with my family, just like my personal life. So like some of my customers, like I just like talk to you about whatever, it's not just about the products. Like I know about their kids, they know about my kids, like there's like a relationship established there. And I think that helps a lot too. And especially like on months where like I'm pushing for big promotions, when my customers that already are ordering see that, like they're like, oh my gosh, like, I could like get an order this month for you. Like I've had people reach out to me like, when I'm pushing for big promotions and stuff, they're like, hey, like I could put in an order this month if they're not ordering right now. So just, I think that it just makes it more personal than reaching out through Facebook or Instagram. And not everybody checks their DMs on Instagram,
I literally wrote, people don't check social media every day.
People like, so, I mean, think about when you joined this business. When I joined this business, I thought Instagram was an app to edit photos. I didn't know it was social media. So I had pictures posted that I didn't even know I was posting somewhere. Okay. So it's fine. But like, so I didn't even know you could DM on there. Like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. There was a period where people didn't even know.
No, I thought it was for edit. I downloaded it for the filters because I thought I was supposed to edit my pictures with it. So I didn't know it was a social media platform. So, I mean, there are people that don't open their Instagram app every day and they don't check their DMs. I mean, sometimes I send out messages to people. I mean, one of the distributors I signed last month, I messaged her in November and she just read my message last month and signed up, So if I'm texting someone, everyone's always answering their text messages.
That's very
so I just have better success with them texting me back than, taking a crapshoot with messaging them on Insta and maybe them not seeing it.
Yeah.
And then I don't want them to think I'm a stalker if I message them on Instagram and then I'm texting them. They're going to be like, this person's blowing me up, So I just do the one point of contact, I text them, and we're good.
That's smart. Okay, I love that. That makes total sense. And like, I think that's definitely something I'm going to start doing now. So I love that. Thank you. Okay, Haley, tell us about your points of contact and what you're saying.
Okay, so when I talk to people on Facebook and Instagram when they're ready to order, I get their number and text them my link. So I already have every single person's number in my phone. So when somebody signs up as a loyal customer, I just save their number as LC, whatever their name is. And I match it with eSuite. So like I wait for the email to come through because sometimes people like have like a weird name on their Instagram, but then they put in like their real name on when they're ordering. So I match it up so that way like I can find them in eSuite and like know who they are. So I have their number saved. So like if I pull out my card for the day and whoever's, auto ship is running in 10 days, I just log into eSuite on my computer and I just type in their name, like however many there are. I go through and I see like what they got last month. Because sometimes people also, like if they're a couple months in, sometimes people will go in and like have already changed their order or whatever. Like sometimes they make changes to things. So I just like check out their current eSuite and like, see if anything weird is in there. So I see like what they ordered and I just text them and say, hey, how are you liking the Thermify X or whatever it is? Like simple as that. That's all I say. And they're always going to text back and they either like love it or they're having an issue or whatever. So it depends what they say. But if they are like, yeah, I love it, like I'm getting great results, blah, blah, blah. If it's like positive, I just say like, okay, awesome. I just wanted to check in on you and let you know that your auto ship is running next week. Did you want to add anything to enhance your results even more? And sometimes I'll throw in like something I've been using. So like I just started our Thermify X and I'm already getting awesome results and I have so much more energy. Like I'll throw in some kind of personal testimony if I can. And then usually they're like, oh yeah, like what's that about? Tell me more about it. So I like upsell from the original order a lot that way. And then of course, if they have any kind of issue, I ask all the questions like, are you using it this way? Like, what are you doing? Like whatever is appropriate for the product that they're using, if they're not getting the results that they wanted. And then at that point, we can make changes if we need to try something different to get them the results that they're wanting. And I do that every single month, just the exact same thing until after the 3 months, which we're going to talk about. But I just think it goes a super long way because, if you don't check in with them, like what if they go the whole 90-day challenge and they're not getting the results that they want and they're just mad about it and then cancel and like don't even tell you, like
tell you the products don't work.
Yeah. Like there are so many issues that could be resolved that first month and make them a lifelong customer by just literally taking 2 seconds to say, hey girl, how are you liking your product this month? And when people don't take the time to do that, like you truly are missing out. And I promise long term, it's going to make a huge difference in your business, especially as you start to grow a team and create that duplication with them taking care of their customers as well.
Yes. Oh, so good. So I love that. You guys, so far, this has been pretty simple. They both have a filing system that allows them to reach out. So it's kind of like mine is just like every Sunday I reach out. So I don't give everybody the same amount of days. It's just kind of like, okay, if your order's running Wednesday, if it's ordering Thursday, it's like, it's what works for me. But I think I am going to try the filing system. But you guys, we're literally just being people. And, so take, using their phone numbers to check in with them as more personal. And that's awesome. Doing the thank you cards and sending samples of something that they're not ordering to maybe boost their next order. Or like Haley said, like, I love what you said, add to enhance your results. And it gets them thinking and adding the personal testimony. So these are key little things that everybody can be doing. So I hope everybody's writing that down because even I am writing this down and this is my Zoom. So please write this down. So the next thing we're going to talk about is when the 3 months are up, what do we say? And I want to tell you guys, I was sabotaging myself when I started. Because number one, I went through I assumed everybody didn't have money. So I was offering like just one product to people and like basically just lowballing everybody. And my job, like once you get in and you realize, okay, like my job is to help you achieve your goals. And if I think these 3 products together are going to get you there, like it's my job to help you achieve your goals. And with my expertise, this is what I think you should do. And if we can't do that, then I work with your budget. But I just assumed people didn't want to do any longer than the 3 months. And so I used to say, like, your last required order has finally ran. What would you like to do? And I was already putting it out there that it was their last order. They would read that and they would stop. Like, I was like, why aren't people like ordering? So when Asia said she tells people after they sign up about their perk points, I actually tell them when I'm explaining the loyal customer agreement, everything that they get along with that 40% discount, they get the 10% back. So my people already knew before they signed up, like about the perk points, but not about the 6 month and the 12-month thing. That's something that I introduced after the 3 months. And so I now started saying you've completed your initial 3 months. So I want everybody to see how I changed it to initial 3 months, because I'm opening the door for them to want to do more. And it's just like simple tweaking of wording that we can do. And so I want to kind of just like read what I send to people. It says, hey, so you've completed your initial 3 months. You have to manually shut off the auto shipment if you don't want it to run anymore. And like letting them know that too. Like if you're brand new and you don't know, it doesn't turn off after 3 months. Okay. They have to manually do that. It is set up. They just can't cancel it before the 3 months because they know there's a $50 fee for that. But I say, you have to manually shut it off if you don't. And then I tell them how many perk points they have. So I'll go into eSuite before I message them. And with my calendar, between the 25th and then the last day of the month, I look at that calendar to see whose third order ran. I write all their names down. I know that they've completed their 3 months. I look into eSuite and I write down when their fourth order is running and how many perk points they got. Because once they complete the 3 months, their perk points are now available. And so I write down those perk points. So I can fill it in and say, okay, you have $50 in perk points available. If you turn it off, they expire in 30 days. But if you leave an auto shipment running for a total of 6 months, so 3 more months, you get an extra $50 in perk points. 12 months total, an extra $150 in perk points. It is set to run, and I give them the date. So you can either turn it off by going to auto shipment, cancel and confirm, or you can change the date under edit auto shipment, or we can leave it running. What other goals do you have, or have you seen another product you wanted to try? So I asked them, like, okay, you've completed your initial 3 months. Here are your options. Here are the perks for keeping it going. Like, is there anything else that you have seen that like has maybe perked your interest to help you go maybe another 90-day challenge and like get some new products going? And if I know that they really love the products, I tell them that another option they have is making extra money and keeping the same discount. So I do make sure that I offer, upgrading to being a distributor, because your loyal customers make the best distributors because they've already got a 90-day challenge. They've got their result photos. They've got their own personal testimonies that they can start telling people right away, what they love about the products. But I just I'm like, okay, like what other goals do you have? Did you see any other products? Like she said, keep them on your social media so you can see other things that you are posting about, the things that you are personally using, and be like, you know what? I've actually seen you post about that collagen. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Or if they just tell me if they had any more goals, we can work and I can pair them up with more goals and just kind of go through the same process again. Because I've had so many people who want to keep an auto shipment. When they hear just 3 more months, and they get an extra $50 on top of the 10% that they get for each of those. And then they usually just pick something that I've been using every time. And something like I've seen you use like the collagen a lot lately, like what's going on, or if they're not ordering the coffee, they ask about the skinny coffee. So that's kind of like usually what happens for me. They usually just pick something that they've seen me personally use and love if they haven't already ordered that. So I just inform them about the perk points for keeping an auto shipment, and that they have to turn it off manually if they decide to be done. But I also let them know, like, they're still locked in. If they cancel that auto shipment, like, they're still locked into the 40%. And so that's going to come into play later. Like, when we release deals and stuff, we can reach out and say, hey, because retail customers do not get, like, our BOGO deals or anything that we have going on. That's for distributors and loyal customers. And so they're locked in for future deals and the discount and the new products and stuff. Okay, so Asia, what do you say when they've completed their 3 months? Kind of what does it look like?
So I basically just message them, and I'll just text them and be like, I just keep the conversation going. Like, your next order is scheduled to run on this date. Like, did you want to make any changes? And I let them know, like, I'll tell them so I'll go into eSuite at this point. I'll see how many perk points that they've accumulated. So say like they've been doing, HSN. So they have $9 in perk points that they've accumulated. I'll let them know, you've accumulated $9 in free product credit. If you continue ordering for another 3 months, you're going to, accumulate another $9 if you stick with the HSN, plus you're going to get $50. So if you order for 3 more months, you're going to have almost $80 or $70 in free product credit that you can use to order whatever you want with. And I kind of just like say it like that. So like, I don't even say like your 3 months, your initial 3 months is done, or like your 3 months is up. I'm just like, hey, your next order is scheduled to run on this day. Like, did you want to make any changes? Blah, blah, blah. And then, just kind of like go from there. If they're like, I want to be done ordering, then, I'll like still tell them about, if someone's saying, they want to turn it off, I'll tell them that, they have so many perk points and they can keep ordering, and remind them about the $50 and the $150. And then, sometimes they'll wind up saying, oh, well, I could order for another 3 months because that $50 is a lot. Like, that's huge, So, and I'll, send them some more goodies. Like if, they are on the fence about turning off their orders or whatever, like I can let them know, if you want to keep your order running, is there anything that you've been wanting to try that I could possibly sample out to you? Like I can send you some samples of stuff, and then, kind of just like go from there, especially because I'm contacting them when they have 10 days. So like say they want to try the keto coffee, they can push their order off and I can send them some keto coffee to try, and then they can change their auto ship to that if they like it. I find sometimes people are nervous to order the coffee because they're scared they're not going to like the flavor. That's something that like I found, and I'm like it's so good. I don't even drink regular coffee anymore. I'm like obsessed. So, I just like, well, whatever it is, I'm not afraid to,
you just kind of go into it.
I kind of just go into it like we're just gonna keep going. It's the same thing. Like your next order is gonna run, But always, I don't take no for an answer the first time. So if someone's like, oh, I want to turn off my auto ship, then I'd be like, okay, well, if you keep ordering, you're gonna do, you're gonna get this, this, and this, and like I can, send you some samples of this and see what they say. Like, I just wouldn't take no for an answer the first time. I would then go into it and give them some more perks and incentive to keep ordering.
Do you ever offer the business?
I'm so bad at that.
We're here for honesty, so I love
I'm so bad at that. So for me, and that's like, I mean, that's something that I probably like need to work on. Cause for me, I just assume like, in my mind, I'm like, well, if they, wanted to do the business, like they would have asked me about it. But they didn't ask me about the products most likely either. So,
I mean, you can do what you're already sending.
So what do you say when you offer them the business?
Another option you have, so I'm going to change what I say now. So anybody that just wrote that down, I'm already shooting myself in the foot with that message. I thought it was working great, but so I'm going to say a little bit, just like assuming that they're going to keep ordering, just be like, this is what you can do. Your next order runs here. Another option that you have is, since you love the products, is just making some extra money and keeping that same discount. I would love to give you more info about it if you wanted to go that route.
Okay, love that. I'm going to do that this month. I'm going to do that this month. Worst they can say is no, right?
I know. And then when you tell them it's only $20, like right now.
No, this month it's only $20.
And talking about the shopping spree, they can earn $100 shopping spree, which is, they already love the product, so that's just more money.
And they can pick their pack, which is key now. Yes. So like, there's bound to be something in one of those packs that they want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think at least offering, if I know that they love the products and they had a good experience, which if you guys are following up with people, making sure they're getting their results, they're going to be happy. And so most of the time I do end up offering the business. And like I said, they do make the best distributors because they've already started trying the products, and they've probably already been telling their family and friends about like what's going on. Like if people have been noticing their hair is looking better, or they're losing weight, they've probably already told them a little bit. And so once they start selling it, it just might make it easier for them to, you know, get those first 4 customers, to get their shopping spree, to get more of those products that they love. So I think it's kind of super important to offer that because, you know, it's another distributor and they can get their own customers and their own team. So a lot of people.
One other thing that I do that has nothing to do with loyal customer retention, but I have my new LCs do a host a post for me.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it's just so good. So, and then you make sure you're friends with them on Facebook if they're doing a host a post for you. So if like you made your initial contact on Insta, you get them on Facebook, you offer them to do a host a post, put them in a drawing for more free product or like whatever it is that you're doing for your host a post giveaway that month. So good. Okay. I could talk all night. So just cut me off.
Sometimes too, and this is when I remember to do it, I will be like, okay, like once they sign up, be like, if you can find 2 more people to do this challenge with you, you'll be entered into a drawing for free products. So it's like they could recruit 2 of their own friends and get me 2 more customers just by word of mouth and offering a chance to earn some free products. So I love that we kind of have the freedom to do certain things and kind of do what we want with that. And it's just like a referral program. It's like a referral program.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of make up my own thing. If you can find two of your friends to do this hair challenge with you, I'll enter you into this drawing, and this is like what you can get. And so that's helped too. Like I've had people recruit their friends, and I'm like, holla, 3 for 1. So don't forget to do that too, you guys. So Haley, can you walk us through like what you say after their 3 months, and keep them going?
Yes. So I'm more along the lines of Asia. Like I don't even bring up canceling. Like I just assume they're going to order forever. And I don't have like a script or anything. Like I just wing it. So if it's their 4th auto ship coming up, just depending on like what they've been doing with their 90-day challenge is kind of different every time. Cause like I said, I don't have a script, but for example, like if they loved whatever they were using, I would text them and be like, hey, your next order is set to run next week. I know you've been loving the greens. I'm trying to think what I say. Maybe I should just pull one up in my phone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, hey girl, your next order is set to run next week. I know that you've been loving the greens. You are continuing to get your free product credit building up, which is so exciting. And after your 6th month, you're going to get a $50 shopping spree. Do you want to continue with the greens? And is there anything else you've been dying to try? So that was with one girl that like was obsessed with those. So just like she said, just assuming they're going to keep going, I don't bring up canceling because I feel like it like plants that seed and I don't even want them to like think about it. But if somebody does bring up like, actually, like I wanted to turn it off because I know I've completed my 3 months, like if they bring it up, usually I'll kind of fish and figure out why. So I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, are you not loving the product? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, yeah, I do, but money's tight. Like that's what people always say. So then that's when I go into the business. Mm-hmm. Because anytime somebody wants to cancel, like very rarely is it the product. It's usually that they just feel like they don't have money to keep spending because something's come up or whatever. So then I'm going to say, you know, I totally understand. Have you ever thought about making extra money with me? And you can continue to get the discount on your products and get some free products as well. And they're always like, oh my gosh, yes, like tell me more about it. So that's how I turn tons of loyal customers into distributors. And I honestly, I'm really bad about telling people about the product credits until we get to that point. Like I don't mention it when I'm signing them up, and I usually don't mention it like right when they're signed up either. It usually doesn't come up until that 3rd month because that is the incentive for them, or one incentive for them to keep ordering. So I bring it up at that point, and just let them know, because they usually don't know unless they're like agreeing and they've like read all the stuff like on their own. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I do. Usually that's pretty much how it goes. But like I said, I just wing it kind of depending on, how prior months have gone and like just what I know about what they're loving, if that makes sense.
I love that you said, is there anything else that you've been dying to try? Like,
Yeah. I just like assume everything. And then if they like do the opposite, I just kind of play dumb. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you not loving the product?
Yeah.
And I think that works really well. So
Yeah. I love that. And so I guess like the next thing I was going to talk about is like, do you keep in touch with people after their 3 months if they keep ordering? But with your guys' filing system, you just keep them there, like in their spot. They keep ordering them, they're right there. So that's definitely something I'm going to start leaning towards. I don't really think that there's, do you do anything special if they keep ordering past the 3 months, Asia? Or you just kind of leave them where they're at? Maybe like make a note that they've like continued.
No, so I mean, if I like offer to send them something, then I'll send them something. But no, I don't like do anything special. I just kind of keep following up with them until they turn off their auto ship. And then like if they change their product, then I put that on like their little card, I'll put like, say like their third month, they changed their product to something else. Then I would just like put a little 3 next to it and write what they got that month. But no, I don't do anything like fancy for them.
Okay.
Just them.
And then you just keep them right where, oh, I think she's frozen.
Oh, I froze again. Am I frozen? Am I there? Hello?
You're there.
Can you hear me?
You're good. So after they stop ordering, do you take them out of that file?
I don't. So I kind of leave them in there, but then they wind up like working their way to the back. Like I know that their auto ships are turned off. Because like I've been talking to them for, months. So like I know that their auto ship's turned off if they turn it off. And then if we run some kind of like special on what they ordered, then I will, message them. Like there's certain girls that I know that like love the wraps. So whenever we have BOGO wraps, like I message them and let them know. I'll be the first to say like I'm not a mass customer enroller. I don't mass enroll customers. I think the most I ever signed in 1 month was 21. That was the month that I went double. But I have really good customer retention, so I don't need to mass enroll every month because I'm keeping that volume.
Yeah.
So I think that's like huge, huge, huge. And I think that's another thing that I love that we're doing this, because I feel like a lot of people feel the pressure that they have to like be enrolling all these customers. And it's like, you don't have to be enrolling all these customers. You have to be taking care of the customers you have and just making sure that they're like on the right products and stuff. And obviously we want to help as many people as we can, but like, I don't feel pressured to need to enroll, 50 customers every month.
Yeah.
So I find it easier to like have those communications with my customers too, because I don't have, but I mean, if I was signing up that many customers a month, by month 3, I'd have 150 people to follow up with, like that's insane.
Yeah, you're probably going to have a steady increasing volume
right.
Increasing volume, like instead of just like an influx of like, okay, well, like I've got to replace this much volume plus get this much more to promote. And it's like, you're just kind of like this, like people are saying, but you're bringing new people in. And so like, you're just, you're building this momentum and then like up and up, basically just being able to keep those customers that you're getting, but you're still enrolling new people each and every month. And then your team's doing the same thing. And so, it's just so good for promoting, because like I don't want to keep replacing volume each and every month.
No, exactly. I mean, if you have someone that's ordering 90 BV every month for a year, I mean, that's volume you don't have to replace.
It's a fourth of a box, man.
I mean, it's crazy. So I just think it's like super important to just like, I just wanted to make a point of that like you can get to double, triple ambassador, whatever, without being like a mass enroller. Just take care of your people.
Yeah.
It's so huge. Just take care of your people.
Yeah. Haley, do you do anything special after if they continue to order past the 3 months, or if they turn it off? I think you said you move them to a different one, right?
Yeah, my eyes like twitching. I don't know if you can see. So if they keep ordering, they just stay in, in order. I keep following up with them like normal every single month. And I'm always letting them know if we come out with a new product or if we're having a BOGO or anything like that. If they turn off their auto ship, I take the card out of my normal box and put it somewhere else. And I used to go back through like the people who had turned off their auto ships. I would use the cards to go back when we had BOGOs and new products and things like that. Or a lot of times, like if I'm really trying to get distributors, I'll make sure to go follow up with all those people. Or even if I'm just trying to get new loyal customers, like you can go, do that again. So, but now we have the Connect app. So if they turn off their auto ship, I'm texting all of my loyal customers through the Connect app about once a month, which we have had like a lot of stuff going on, like tons of new products, and we've had some BOGOs and stuff like that. But it's about once a month. So if you're ordering, if you're not ordering, like anybody who's ever been a loyal customer over the past 3.5 years is getting a text from me through the Connect app. Just letting them know about deals and things like that. And especially like with the ThermoFat X, a lot of my old customers came back and ordered or turned their auto ship back on. And like the salted caramel pods. So that stuff, we're just coming out with so many awesome products that, they were interested in what we have before. So they still are. It's kind of like they just become a potential to me again, if that makes sense. Like I'm just continuing to talk to them every month like I do people who have never ordered, to get them back ordering or to get them on my team. And like Asia kind of talked about, we already have that relationship. So it takes care of that part. Like you don't have to take the time to build that because it's already been there. So I think that old loyal customers are just like a gold mine. Like you can't forget about those people or you're missing out on a lot of enrollments.
Exactly. With this next part that we're going to talk about, it's exactly what it is. Like when we are pushing for volume, they are the perfect people to reach back out to because they're already in. They just got to place an order. I don't have to ask them to sign up for another 3 months or go through the spiel. It's just like, hey, like, is there anything else that you've been dying to try, like you said, or whatever it is. So Connect is just so huge right now with having everybody just in one spot, allowing us to message these people individually. So the points of contact for me after the 3 months, if they turn their auto shipment off, is when we release new products, or when we have like specials going on, like the BOGOs. And so it's just kind of like, hey, it's your job as their rep to just keep them updated on what's going on with the company and the products. You cannot prejudge if they would be interested or not. Your job is just keep them updated as their It Works rep. And it's up to them whether they want to take it or not. And then,
yeah, can I add something about that?
Yeah.
Because if you're not doing that, like you have no idea how often your old loyal customers are signing up with a new distributor.
Yeah.
And like how painful is that if you see that like they've joined someone else's team or they're ordering from someone. So, for example, if you're not like working your business like you should and taking care of them, and they have another distributor on their Facebook that starts posting about the new ThermoFat X and they haven't heard from you, they're going to reach out to that person and be like, what are you posting about? And they're going to sign up as a new loyal customer with them. And that could have been your volume if you would have taken care of your people. And like that's the worst feeling. You never want that to happen.
Yep. And I've had situations like that happen to me where I've had my loyal customers and I did take care of them. Like there were some that I did take care of, and then they signed up as a distributor with so-and-so because it was their sons. Their sons were like best friends. So like they actually like talked and knew each other in person. We were just over social media. Yeah. And then like she doesn't do it anymore. And I'm still over here 3.5 years later, like killing it. But it is the worst feeling. It is the worst feeling and there are people who have been loyal customers with somebody and they've come to me asking me questions and I've helped them with their products and not even try to steal them, not even try to take them from them. We don't want you guys to do that. But like, because I helped them through their loyal customer process and through their products, after they were done, they reached out to me and said, I want to join your team.
Yep.
And so they joined my team as a distributor because I helped take care of them. Even when they weren't my customer, I wasn't even getting any of their like money. They were not on my paycheck. So it's just making sure and helping people have a good taste in their mouth. That's why like people like say, oh, your products don't work or whatever it is people see them as customers as just a sale. They forget to check in with them. They forget to treat them like human beings. And just having that good customer service is so important. Just being
like be a good distributor, like represent the company well. We want everybody to have a good experience, even if it's not like you're getting something from it, you know, just like take care of our people. One team, one mission, if you want to say that.
Exactly. And I just try to help anybody, regardless of if they're with me or not, if they're using the products or if they're on the team, I can direct them how to take the products or how to work their business, etc. And so just last thing, like after the 3 months, if they're not ordering, they're the perfect people to reach out to when you're trying to push for volume. You know, if you've got this 400 box that's sitting at 360 and you go through all the loyal customers underneath that box that are in there and you see it's one of your old loyal customers and you reach out to them, hey, like even just ask, I'm shooting for a huge promotion this month. I know you were sort of interested in maybe trying the keto coffee. Would now be a perfect time to try to do that? I would be forever grateful. They would be more willing to, number one, hear you out, and number two, help you out because you help them so much with their ordering process throughout that whole time that if they would love to help you if you're just upfront about it, like, hey, I'm going for a huge promotion this month. You know, I'm just so close, and your order would mean everything. And you know what happens, you guys? Instead of finding a new loyal customer to take me from 360 to 400 club, this person decided to order wraps and it was 54. And it puts me in 400 club. I didn't even have to sign a new loyal customer. I just used the people who were already there. And so that's just a huge tip when you guys are trying to push for promotions. Check in those boxes where you need the volume and see if it's any of your old loyal customers that are in that box and reach out to them and tell them what's going on or if we have deals or whatever. So it's just like just a pushing for promo tip. Is don't forget about those old loyal customers and see where they are on your chart because that's huge too, just being able to see where they are. So Asia, kind of just tell us, you know, after their 3 months, if they stop ordering, are there any other points of contact aside from like deals and new products, reaching out and just saying, hey, I could use your business?
No, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much, you know, when new stuff happens, I let them know. And then, you know, I mean, like what you just said, I mean, January was like a perfect example of that. I was helping one of my girls go diamond. And like we needed volume. There was 400 boxes that we needed volume in. So I went through all those 400 boxes, and any of those customers that were mine that were personally enrolled, I reached out to them. I was like, hey, I'm pushing for a huge promotion this month, you know, and like, you know, is there anything that you were interested in trying? Like, you know, if you put in an order, you know, whatever I said, I don't even know. I just kind of wing it. But just reaching out to them and letting them know. And I had like 3 people put in orders.
Yeah.
And like my girl one time and got $10,000 bonus. So, you know, like that's awesome. So that's pretty much, you know, I'll reach out to them when new things are going on. Or, you know, in cases like that where I'm like, hey.
Guys, if you just take care of them, they are more willing to hear you out. They are more willing to help you versus like it should be about helping them this entire time. But if you have taken care of them this whole time and you're in a pinch and you could really use them, they would love to return the favor and just like help you with your thing. Because I always make it about them. Never, ever do I mean, I'm going to start sending thank you cards. I think that's really good. But I never say thank you for your order, blah, 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 blah. I say, oh my gosh, because they send me the confirmation. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just so excited to get you started on these products. I can't wait. You need to let me know when they come in ASAP so I can help you make sure that you take it the right way to maximize your results. And they're like, oh my God, I'm so excited too. Thank you so much. I'm like, you're welcome. Because I make it about them. Like I don't say thank you to my customers sounds really bad, but I'm trying to get it in their mind that like, I'm here to help them, not them help me. The thank you card would be perfect after the fact to just be like, hey, like I appreciate your business. Here's some samples to try. So I do love that. And I'm probably going to start doing that now too. But I love making it about them this whole time because they're going to take what I have to say seriously when it comes to recommendations, and they're going to take the products the right way, most likely. And this was just so good. Do you have any closing remarks? Either one of you, like any other tips, anything that we didn't go over about just keeping those customers happy and continuing to order? No, I mean,
I just like if they haven't ordered for a while, just like what you guys were talking about. For example, when I was trying to get my triple chart full, go back to those people and say, I know that you love the products. Have you ever thought about making extra money from your phone? Or whatever it is. Like if you are really needing volume, go back to those people and be like, hey, I know you haven't ordered in a while. Like, do you have any health goals that you're working on right now? We have some awesome new products. Like maybe we can find something you would love. So just never lose touch with those people. If they're on your Facebook, which they should be, comment on pictures of their kids or whatever is going on. Just like always be that it works girls, like if something dawns on them that they need something that we have, you want to be the person that they always go back to. So yeah, just reiterate everything that we've said.
Yeah. I love how you just said, be that it works girl, because like I literally tell Jamie that all the time. Like, I think I'm one of the only people from like our hometown that, started It Works and like stuck with it for a long time. Yeah. And I'm always posting about it, and I am loud and proud about my business and about the products and just everything. And when people that are from my town either know someone who's looking for something specific, or they, want something specific, they reach out to me because they know, oh, Asia does that, like she's been doing that for a long time.
Or they'll tag you in a post like, hey.
Right. Yeah. People will literally tag me. They'll be like, does anyone know anyone who's, is like, wraps? Like someone tagged me in like a wrap post. Someone was looking for wraps. They were like going to a wedding or something, and someone tagged me, and like I got a customer, and I didn't even do anything, but because I'm the It Works girl from Colchester, Connecticut, and like everyone from Colchester knows that. So and then when people also just like joining the business, when I'm still having people that are now joining my team that have been watching for 4 years. So that has nothing to do with loyal customer retention, but just be loud and proud about what you're doing, about the products, about the business, and just like be excited. And that just pours into everything. And two, that's another way that you're going to get customers that are wanting to add new stuff to their products and stuff or to their orders. Like when you're using the products, when you're showing your results, like after I had my son, I lost so much weight drinking the keto coffee and chocolate greens. Like I slammed right down in like a month and a half. I was like, boom, pre-baby weight, and I gained like 50 pounds when I was pregnant, and that stuff just melted off of me, and people were like, damn. Like, I signed up a whole bunch of keto coffee and greens customers from it, and people that weren't ordering and had turned off their shipments were like, whoa, like, what are you doing? I'm like, keto coffee and chocolate greens. And so
you guys, it's a no-brainer. Okay, be loud and confident about what we have to offer. Make sure you're getting people paired up with the proper products to help them with their goals, regardless of what they think they need. Just kind of verify that it is what's going to help them reach their goals. Check in with them like a good person, like good customer service, to make sure that they're staying happy, seeing if there's anything that they would like to add. Take what we told you and like these tips. It's just like certain ways to say something that might entice them or lead them towards ordering more things, or there's just little like nitpicky things. But at the end of the day, it's a no-brainer. You guys just keep track of your people. Sorry, somebody's like beating. My husband's doing something. Maybe it's ice. He's icing his knee. He's like 30 years old and he's got a bum knee and he's really sad about it today. It sounds like he's beating ice. Anyways, just tell them what they get if they keep ordering. It's just, we're just doing our job. Just do your job and check in with your people. Don't treat them as a sale. Treat them as a person, as a best friend. They will always be there. Once interested, always interested, even if they've stopped ordering for whatever, even if you're like, hey, like, this is what you get, and they're still like, no, and it's like, well, what's wrong? Well, just money is tight. Well, would you like to, do what I do? And they say no. It's like, okay, that's fine. They're allowed to say no. Our job is to offer and to help. It's, up to them what they want to say, but they will always be there. Just take care of your people. Find an organization system that works for you. Take our little tidbits here and there, and, keep those customers coming, because, they are lifetime customers. Once they are with you, unless they re-sign up with somebody else, which is crappy feeling that Haley talked about. So thank you guys so much for doing this. I thought I had everything like in the bag and like knew what I was doing. And it's like I ended up learning so much myself, which is incredible. And I want you guys to take that too, no matter how long you've been in, no matter how successful you are, how much money you make, you can please always be willing to learn. Have an open mind, be willing to take suggestions. And like, so, oh, I just love this. I was just so excited. Thank you guys so much for doing this.
Thank you.
I'm going to get it uploaded and we can just start sharing it with everybody.
Awesome.